Hey everybody, it's Austin from Park Buff. I'm super excited to do this video with you, the Ask Me Anything, and you guys went above and beyond with your questions, and I'm truly grateful. But as a request from my parents, they wanted me to tell you a little bit about myself, and I gotta do it. So, first of all, my name is Austin Parsons. I am a filmmaker, actor, writer, but more importantly, I'm a national park enthusiast. I've been going to the National Park Service site since I was a kid, collecting the Junior Park Ranger badges, learning more about my country, my home, and seeing all the natural scenic beauty in this beautiful country. But I guess back in September, I just felt this calling to do this series, and that's pretty much it. I've been super grateful to everyone that's supported so far, and I am happy to answer your questions now. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Alright, our first question. Are you visiting just the 63 major parks or all 439 to include monuments, battlefields, etc.? Great question. First of all, at the time of recording, it's 433 National Park Service sites, and short answer, yes, we're visiting all of them. That's all 50 states, all the territories, every single site will be visited. And I'm super excited because it's definitely an ambitious goal, but there's so much history to learn about and to share with all of you. I'm happy to do it, and this is a worthwhile cause for me. The next question: how many Taurons have I encountered? Oh man, why you gotta ask that question? There's been a few. I don't want to document what they did because I feel like that just promotes what they did. But when it comes to people who aren't paying attention to their surroundings or what's happening in the park, or just signs to help them with their own safety, they endanger themselves, they endanger potential wildlife that they're around. So it's important to, listen to what the park rangers say and to what the signs tell you. Be aware of your surroundings and respect the parks. It's just a simple request. Okay, so there's two questions here that are similar, but the answer is going to be the same. So I'm going to combine them. One of them happens to be from my dad. Thank you. Have you seen any wildlife you didn't expect to see while visiting the parks? And then Sarah Lubert asked, what's the most unusual bird you've seen? So the wildlife I wasn't expecting to see was a woodpecker. And I mean, whenever I've gone camping, I've always heard them, but I couldn't pick them out. But while I was filming at Okmulgee Mounds, there was a woodpecker, and it was pretty impressive to get on camera. And so that was pretty impressive. But I mean, outside of Park Buff, when I was in Custer State Park, South Dakota, I was around 1,300 bison while on a motorcycle. So that was life-changing. That was pretty spectacular. Okay, next question. Do you think using a drone would capture views of the parks that have areas not easily accessible? I could say yes, because yeah, it could. You could do it physically, but it's prohibited. You're not allowed to fly drones within the parks. You're not allowed to fly the drones within National Park Service sites. They're federally protected pieces of land. They increase safety and security problems, so I advise don't do it. Next question, same person. Thank you. Have you considered a collaboration with brands on a regional level to sponsor your videos onto broader platforms? Yes. I've already been in talks with different brands. I've been in talks with other collaborators, historians, national park enthusiasts. So there's a lot of talk going on. Super excited about the special collaborations in the future. But yeah, I have considered it. Alright, Dad. Are you considering doing motorcycle camping trips as part of your Park Buff series? Yes. Short answer, yes. There are different parkways within the National Park Service, then I would implement that. So yes. And another one from Dad. Do you plan on doing multi-episode videos at the larger parks that you visit? Potentially. It depends on a number of things. If there's a historical aspect that is just as grand as the scenic, if there's so much to see it can't be crammed into one episode, probably. It's not going to be as common, but it won't be uncommon. Does that make sense? I hope it does. My favorite national park so far, for the series or in general? For the series, technically been to one national park for the series, which would be Hot Springs, so they won by default. But if we're talking about national park service sites as a whole, I think each one brings something special to the table. That's why if they all did the same thing, then this wouldn't be as special of a thing to protect. So I mean, there's different things about each site that we've been to for this series. But if I had to pick, Harper's Ferry, Hot Springs, Medgar Murray Evers home, Carl Sandburg home, and then I would say probably Cowpens. That was really neat. But all of them have been great. I haven't had a terrible time at any of them. So, short answer, all are great. What's my favorite part of touring the national parks? And do you spend any time studying the parks before you go there, or just while you're at the park to gain knowledge about the location? Great question. My favorite part is going, getting to experience it all. Do I do any information, like research before I go? Yes, 100%. I want to be familiar with the sites before I go, about the people that are involved, and I also learn things there. I feel like you can learn a lot from a book, but whenever you go to a site and experience it in person, it's a totally different understanding. So kind of like you could read something about Andersonville, which tells you about the prisoners of war there, but going and seeing it in person, totally different, and it changes your perspective. I mean, you can gain a lot from having boots on the ground. Great question. All right, Dad, are you going to visit the underwater national park as well? Yes, all of them. I mean, there's several underwater national parks if you think about it. Biscayne, Dry Tortugas, there's a bunch. So, and with you asking that question, I'm going to ask you a question in return. Are you coming with me? Ball's in your court. Next question. I am wondering if you are traveling in an RV or are you staying in hotels or Airbnb? Great question. So there have been times where I did day trips. I could drive to it and be home in the same day. But then there's been cases where I've stayed in Airbnbs and hotels. But I don't have a camper. And to revisit an old question that I just had earlier, if there's a brand that has campers, goes to a good cause, I think. I saved this question for last. It's from a Mr. Greg Smith, who's a volunteer with Cowpens National Battlefield. He's a historian and a true supporter of Park Buff. I would actually argue that he's a bigger Park Buff than I am. But his question was, where are we going next? And that's a great question. Short answer, you'll find out Monday where we're going to next. But there are 400 plus other sites that we have yet to visit, and there's some other special episodes that are going to be happening. So I guess that's the best way to answer that, is that you'll just have to find out. But I think it's only fair to give you one place. So July 4th will be the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. So Park Buff is going to be doing its first live episode outside of Independence Hall on July 4th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I look forward to seeing you guys there. If you guys are in the Philly area, come see me. I'd love to hang out with you. Okay, everyone, that was it. That's the last of the questions on Ask Me Anything. I'm truly grateful for all the questions. If you sent one in, please message me your contact, your address as well, so that way I can send you that Park Buff swag. And I'm truly grateful for all the love and support. If you find yourself at the national parks, please be mindful and respectful, and I'll see you at the next episode. See ya.